12. Black actors who are gay, then and now, 2026. What if everything you thought you knew about hip-hop was wrong? From the explosive rise of openly queer black artists to the seismic shift in how sexuality is portrayed in music, the landscape of hip-hop is being rewritten. Artists like Cakes Da Killa, Mickey Blanco, and LE1F are boldly pushing the boundaries and redefining the genre. This is not just about music, it's about identity, resistance, and power. Are you ready to challenge everything you thought you knew? Watch now, join the revolution, and let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support. Legends of Black Excellence. Jada Pinkett Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith is not only an iconic actress, but also a trailblazer who has long stood as a figure of independence and authenticity in Hollywood. Born in 1971 in Baltimore, Maryland, Jada rose to prominence with memorable roles in films such as Set It Off the Matrix, Reloaded, and Collateral. However, beyond her acting career, Jada has consistently defied traditional expectations about gender relationships and sexuality, earning her a place as one of Hollywood's most intriguing and progressive public figures. While Jada identifies as heterosexual, her openness about her experiences with women and her belief in the fluidity of sexuality has sparked important discussions. In 2020, during an episode of Red Table Talk, she shared her thoughts on attraction, acknowledging that her feelings were not confined to a binary understanding of sexuality. For Jada, sexual attraction isn't about rigid labels, but instead about the complexity of human connections. She has spoken candidly about her youth and relationships with women, offering a refreshing take on sexuality that doesn't adhere to societal expectations. Jada's unique perspective on relationships has often kept the public intrigued, particularly regarding her marriage to Will Smith. Over the years, rumors about their open or unconventional marriage have circulated. But instead of denying these rumors, Jada has chosen to be transparent about her approach to love and intimacy. Through Red Table Talk, she used her platform to discuss emotional connections growth and how she and Will have navigated their own journey of self-discovery together. Her openness about her personal life has resonated deeply with fans, especially those who seek alternative models of love and commitment. Jada's willingness to embrace the fluidity of identity and relationship dynamics challenges traditional norms, inspiring countless individuals to live authentically and without apology. She exemplifies the importance of embracing complexity, highlighting that love and sexuality are not linear but expansive and full of possibilities. By rejecting the societal pressure to conform, Jada Pinkett Smith has become a symbol of empowerment, resilience, and freedom in Hollywood. Raven-Symoné. Raven-Symoné is a multi-talented actress, singer, and comedian whose journey through Hollywood has been marked by a commitment to authenticity and self-discovery. Born on December 10, 1985 in Atlanta, Georgia, Raven first captured the hearts of audiences at a young age with her role in The Cosby Show as Olivia Kendall. Her transition from child star to a leading actress in That's So Raven, a hit Disney Channel series, cemented her status as a household name. However, despite her success, Raven's personal life remained largely private for many years, especially regarding her sexuality. For much of her early career, Raven kept her personal life under wraps, not publicly addressing her sexuality. This was a strategic choice, as she didn't want to be defined by labels before she was ready. It wasn't until 2013 that she made her first public statement about her sexual orientation. During a tweet celebrating the legalization of same-sex marriage in California, Raven wrote, "I can finally get married. Yay, government, so proud of you." While brief, this tweet was a quiet declaration that she was a part of the LGBTQ+ community, and it marked the beginning of her open discussions about sexuality. Raven has since used her platform to speak more openly about her experiences navigating both the complexities of being a Black woman and a member of the LGBTQ+ community in the public eye. She has rejected traditional labels like gay or lesbian, preferring to describe herself as someone who loves people regardless of gender. Her refusal to conform to societal expectations and embrace her true self has made her a powerful role model for many, particularly for LGBTQ+ youth seeking representation and validation. In 2020, Raven married Miranda Pierman M. Day in a private ceremony marking a significant moment in her life. The couple's relationship is an example of Raven's journey toward living her truth free from the pressures of public scrutiny. Throughout her career, Raven has remained dedicated to fostering acceptance and understanding for LGBTQ+ individuals, using her platform to encourage others to embrace their own identities without fear or shame. Through her advocacy and her bold, unapologetic approach to life, Raven Simonet has shown that authenticity is one of the most powerful tools in shaping one's legacy. Her journey is a testament to the importance of living authentically and inspiring others to do the same. Christopher Edwin Breaux. Christopher Edwin Breaux, better known by his stage name Frank Ocean, is a groundbreaking artist who has left an indelible mark on the music industry. Born on October 28, 1987 in Long Beach, California, Ocean's journey from obscure songwriter to iconic musician was swift thanks to his raw talent and distinctive voice. He initially gained recognition for his work as a ghostwriter for artists like John Legend and Justin Bieber, but it was his debut studio album, Channel Orange 2012, that established him as a musical force to be reckoned with. What truly set Frank Ocean apart in an industry still grappling with rigid gender norms and expectations was his boldness in addressing his sexuality. In 2012, a few days before the release of Channel Orange, Ocean publicly shared a personal letter via his Tumblr, revealing that his first love had been a man. This was a seismic moment in the R&B genre, which traditionally celebrated hypermasculinity, as Ocean's revelation was raw, unapologetic, and revolutionary. His openness was not just about his sexuality, but also about the emotional vulnerability that underpins his music. Ocean didn't just come out. He redefined what it meant to be a black man in music, offering a nuanced portrayal of love and longing that transcended traditional gendered experiences. Ocean's artistry is built on this commitment to emotional depth, blending soulful melodies with lyrical complexity. His subsequent albums, Blonde 2016 and Endless 2016, further explore themes of love, heartbreak, and self-discovery. His refusal to label himself has allowed for a more fluid approach to identity in both his personal life and art. Frank Ocean continues to be an advocate for emotional honesty and queerness in spaces where both were once considered taboo, using his platform to inspire a new generation of artists to embrace authenticity without fear. Through his music and his very existence, Frank Ocean has altered the way we think about black masculinity, queerness, and emotional expression in modern music. His courage to speak his truth and to portray love in all its forms remains one of the most powerful legacies in contemporary music. Beyonce Knowles Carter. Beyonce Knowles Carter is not just a global superstar. She is a cultural icon whose influence extends far beyond music. Born on September 4, 1981 in Houston, Texas, Beyonce rose to fame as the lead singer of the groundbreaking girl group Destiny's Child, later embarking on a solo career that would redefine modern pop and R&B. Her impeccable voice, commanding stage presence, and unwavering advocacy for justice and equality have made her one of the most influential figures in the entertainment industry. Beyoncé's relationship with the LGBTQ+ community has been integral to her artistic identity. While she does not identify as a member of the LGBTQ+ community herself, her support for LGBTQ+ rights and visibility has been vocal and impactful. One of the defining moments in her public support for the LGBTQ+ community came in 2012, when Frank Ocean, one of her contemporaries, publicly came out. Beyoncé, who has long been a supporter of individuality and self-expression, showed her solidarity by posting a tribute to Frank Ocean on her social media, captioned with words of encouragement and support. Her influence within the LGBTQ+ community can be seen in the themes of empowerment, self-love, and freedom that pervade her music. Songs like Formation and Run the World Girls have become anthems not only for women but also for LGBTQ+ individuals. Her 2016 visual album Lemonade, praised for its exploration of Black womanhood and emotional vulnerability, also highlighted LGBTQ+ artists and filmmakers behind the scenes, signaling her commitment to inclusive representation both on and off the screen. Beyoncé's allyship goes beyond her music. She has consistently used her platform to advocate for social justice and has been an outspoken supporter of marriage equality and transgender rights. In 2019, she and her husband Jay-Z were honored with the GLAAD Vanguard Award for their contributions to advancing the rights of the LGBTQ+ community. Her advocacy work extends to supporting organizations like GLAAD, which works toward amplifying the voices of marginalized groups in the media. Beyoncé's dedication to inclusivity is evident in her live performances as well, where LGBTQ+ dancers, artists, and creatives are frequently featured, reinforcing her support for diversity and representation. Her activism reflects a belief that allyship must be active, and she continually reminds her fans that love, respect, and equality are values worth fighting for. In every phase of her career, Beyoncé has woven messages of liberation, self-expression, and unity into her work, solidifying her position not only as a musical legend, but also as a champion of the LGBTQ+ community. Through her voice artistry and advocacy, she continues to inspire and uplift marginalized voices worldwide. Sean Carter, Sean Jay-Z Carter, born on December 4, 1969 in Brooklyn, New York, is more than just one of the most successful and influential figures in hip-hop. He is a cultural architect whose impact has extended far beyond music. With his rise from the streets of Brooklyn to becoming a billionaire entrepreneur, Jay-Z has redefined what it means to be a black man in the entertainment industry. His musical career, characterized by groundbreaking albums like The Blueprint and 444, is just the beginning of his legacy. What truly sets Jay-Z apart, however, is his commitment to social justice, personal growth, and in recent years, his outspoken support for the LGBTQ+ community. Jay-Z has always been an advocate for equality, and his support for the LGBTQ+ community is evident in his music, public statements, and philanthropic work. One of the most notable moments in his journey of allyship came in 2012, when his close friend Frank Ocean publicly came out as bisexual. Jay-Z didn't just post a message of support, he took it a step further. In an interview with CNN in 2013, he said, "This is the time to really be open. It's like discrimination. It's no different. It's discrimination, plain and simple." Effectively standing in solidarity with Ocean and helping to normalize conversations about queerness within hip-hop, a genre that historically has been resistant to LGBTQ+ representation. Jay-Z's advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights doesn't end with his public support for Ocean. In 2019, he and his wife Beyoncé received the GLAAD Vanguard Award for their ongoing contributions to amplifying the voices of marginalized communities, including LGBTQ+ individuals. This award highlighted not just Jay-Z's philanthropic endeavors, but also his commitment to challenging toxic masculinity and homophobia, especially within the hip-hop community. Additionally, Jay-Z's personal connection to the LGBTQ+ community is seen in the song Smile, where he raps about his mother Gloria Carter, who came out as a lesbian later in life. The song showcases Jay-Z's growth as an artist and a man, emphasizing his emotional maturity and his understanding of the complexities of identity and love. By publicly supporting LGBTQ+ issues and standing against discrimination, Jay-Z has played a pivotal role in reshaping how Black masculinity and queerness intersect in hip-hop culture. Today, Jay-Z continues to be a powerful ally to the LGBTQ+ community, using his platform to create space for conversations about identity, vulnerability, and acceptance. His influence extends far beyond the music industry, serving as a model for how influential figures can use their platforms to create meaningful social change. RuPaul Andre Charles. RuPaul Andre Charles, born on November 17, 1960 in San Diego, California, is one of the most recognizable figures in the LGBTQ+ community and a true trailblazer in the entertainment industry. As a drag queen, singer, television personality, and cultural icon, RuPaul has reshaped the landscape of reality television and popular culture. His groundbreaking success with RuPaul's Drag Race, a reality competition show that celebrates drag culture and features queens from around the world, has brought drag artistry into the mainstream like never before, making RuPaul a household name. RuPaul's impact on the LGBTQ+ community is profound and multifaceted. He has become a symbol of empowerment, breaking barriers in a world that often marginalizes both Black and queer identities. RuPaul's success didn't come overnight. His rise to fame began in the late 1980s and early 1990s, when he made a name for himself in the New York City club scene. In 1992, he released his iconic hit single Supermodel You Better Work, which introduced his signature blend of charisma, beauty, and humor. But it was his work on RuPaul's Drag Race, which premiered in 2009, that catapulted him to international stardom. The show not only highlights the artistry and creativity of drag performers, but also provides a platform for them to showcase their talent, challenging the mainstream entertainment industry's norms. RuPaul's work has always been about more than just entertainment. He has used his platform to promote messages of self-love, confidence, and authenticity. His famous catchphrase, "If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else?" has become an anthem for many in the LGBTQ+ community. RuPaul has consistently encouraged both queer and non-queer individuals to embrace who they are without fear of judgment. And his unwavering support for LGBTQ+ rights has made him a leading advocate for the community. RuPaul is unapologetically open about his sexuality and gender identity, helping to normalize conversations about queerness in an industry where these topics were once taboo. He has also been a fierce advocate for the inclusion of transgender individuals in drag culture, ensuring that the space remains open and welcoming to all who identify as gender non-conforming or queer. Through his work, RuPaul has not only elevated drag culture, but has also created a platform where queer identities are celebrated and represented in the mainstream. His influence stretches beyond drag. He has become a cultural force advocating for love, acceptance, and freedom of expression. RuPaul's legacy is a testament to the power of authenticity and the importance of representation in media. He continues to inspire countless individuals to live boldly and embrace their true selves, proving that embracing who you are is the key to success, both personally and professionally. Kerry Washington. Kerry Washington, born on January 31st, 1977 in the Bronx, New York, has long been regarded as one of Hollywood's most talented and influential actresses. Known for her captivating performances, especially her role as Olivia Pope in the hit series Scandal, Carrie has solidified her place in the entertainment industry. But beyond her acting accolades, she has also made a significant impact as an advocate for social justice, LGBTQ+ rights, and racial equality, using her platform to challenge the traditional norms of Hollywood and address the complexities of identity in the public sphere. Although Kerry Washington does not identify as part of the LGBTQ+ community herself, she has been an outspoken ally, particularly in advocating for the visibility of queer and transgender individuals. She has used her role as Olivia Pope to portray nuanced characters and explore sexual fluidity and identity-breaking barriers in a medium that often relies on stereotypes and simplistic portrayals. Washington's ability to portray bisexual or sexually fluid characters with dignity and authenticity has been praised by critics and fans alike. Washington has also been vocal about her support for marriage equality, speaking out during the legalization of same-sex marriage and becoming a strong voice in the fight for LGBTQ+ rights. Her advocacy goes beyond her roles on screen. She has consistently worked with organizations like Gilead to promote the representation of LGBTQ+ individuals in media. In 2015, Washington was honored with the GLAAD Vanguard Award for her contributions to the visibility and empowerment of LGBTQ+ individuals, cementing her status as a powerful ally to the community. Her activism is rooted in the belief that storytelling is a tool for liberation. Through her production company, Simpson Street Carey has worked on projects that highlight marginalized communities, including LGBTQ+ individuals, ensuring that their voices are heard and their stories told. Washington's commitment to using her platform for positive change is a testament to her understanding of the responsibility that comes with fame, and she continues to fight for a world where all identities are respected and celebrated. Through her powerful performances and tireless advocacy, Kerry Washington has become a beacon of hope for those who seek representation in Hollywood, particularly for LGBTQ+ individuals who are still underrepresented and often misrepresented. Her journey reflects her deep commitment to challenging the status quo and championing inclusion and equality for all. Tyler Gregory Okonma. Tyler Gregory Okonma, better known as Tyler, the creator, is one of the most unique and innovative voices in contemporary music. Born on March 6, 1991 in Ladera Heights, California, Tyler quickly made a name for himself as the leader of the alternative hip-hop collective Odd Future. His music, characterized by its experimental sound, bold lyricism, and unapologetic approach to personal expression, has earned him a loyal following and critical acclaim. However, Tyler's influence extends far beyond music. He has been instrumental in reshaping the narrative around masculinity, queerness, and self-expression within the hip-hop community. Tyler's relationship with his own sexuality has been a topic of intrigue for fans and critics alike. Though he has never fully labeled himself, Tyler has consistently challenged the norms of traditional masculinity, especially within hip-hop, a genre often steeped in hyper-masculine tropes. His 2017 album Flower Boy marked a pivotal moment in his career with lyrics that openly referenced queerness and emotional vulnerability. One of the most notable lines from the album, "I've Been Kissing White Boys Since 2004, was a bold declaration of his fluid approach to love and identity. Rather than making a formal coming-out announcement, Tyler used his art to reveal pieces of his truth, embracing a sense of ambiguity and fluidity that has resonated deeply with his fans. His refusal to conform to traditional labels, along with his embrace of a more expansive notion of masculinity, has made him a powerful figure for many LGBTQ+ fans in the hip-hop community. His music reflects the complexities of identity, often blending themes of heartache, self-discovery, and longing without apologizing for being vulnerable. Tyler's ability to incorporate his sexuality into his music without succumbing to the pressure of coming out in the conventional sense speaks to a broader shift in how the younger generation views identity. By refusing to define himself in simple terms, Tyler has become a trailblazer for a new kind of masculinity that allows space for emotional expression and queerness. His influence in hip-hop is undeniable as he continues to redefine what it means to be both an artist and a black queer figure in a genre traditionally resistant to queerness. Beyond his music, Tyler has also been an advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, using his platform to encourage acceptance and to challenge the stereotypes that still pervade much of the mainstream. Through his work, Tyler, the creator, has created a space where individuality, vulnerability, and authenticity are celebrated, helping to pave the way for future generations of queer artists to thrive unapologetically in the world of hip-hop. His journey is a testament to the power of self-expression and the importance of embracing one's truth, no matter how unconventional it may be. Troye Sivan. Troye Sivan, born on June 5, 1995 in Johannesburg, South Africa, is an artist whose influence goes far beyond his music. As a pop singer, actor, and activist, Sivan has carved out a unique space for himself in the entertainment world. His journey from child star to globally recognized LGBTQ+ advocate is one that has inspired millions, especially within the LGBTQ+ community. Known for his soulful voice and emotional introspective lyrics, Sivan has used his platform to bring LGBTQ+ experiences into the spotlight and create anthems that speak to personal identity, love, and acceptance. Sivan first gained recognition for his role in X-Men Origins Wolverine 2009, But it wasn't until his music career took off that he truly became a voice for the LGBTQ+ community. His debut EP TRXYE 2014 and the subsequent albums Blue Neighborhood 2015 and Bloom 2018 showcased his ability to blend introspective storytelling with infectious pop melodies. But what truly sets Sivan apart is his willingness to openly embrace his identity. Coming out as gay in 2013, Troy used his platform to address issues related to sexuality and self-acceptance. His 2018 single, My was an expression of freedom, empowerment, and love, while Bloom explored themes of queerness, longing, and personal growth. Beyond his music, Sivan has been an advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, using his fame to raise awareness about the struggles faced by queer youth and to combat discrimination. He has spoken openly about the challenges of growing up gay, especially in a society where being anything other than heterosexual can often lead to feelings of isolation. As a result, he has become a role model for countless young people, particularly those in the LGBTQ+ community who are seeking representation and validation in the entertainment industry. Troy's activism extends beyond his music. He has used his social media platforms to support organizations like the Trevor Project, which provides crisis intervention and suicide prevention services for LGBTQ+ youth. Through his artistry and advocacy, Troye Sivan continues to empower others to embrace their true selves, making his voice an important force in both the entertainment and LGBTQ+ communities. His openness, vulnerability, and willingness to discuss topics that were once considered taboo in mainstream pop music have paved the way for a more inclusive and diverse future in both the music industry and broader culture. Troy's commitment to authenticity has made him one of the most important voices of his generation. Laverne Cox. Laverne Cox, born on May 29, 1972 in Mobile, Alabama, is a trailblazing actress and activist who has become one of the most prominent voices for transgender rights in Hollywood. Her rise to fame as Sophia Bursay on the Netflix series Orange is the New Black, 2013-2019, marked a historic moment in television, as Cox became the first openly transgender person to be nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award for acting. Her groundbreaking role not only showcased the depth and complexity of transgender characters, but also placed her at the forefront of conversations surrounding gender identity representation and inclusion. As a transgender woman of color, Laverne Cox has become a powerful advocate for the transgender community, using her platform to address the discrimination and violence faced by transgender individuals, particularly transgender women of color. Her openness about her personal journey and struggles with gender identity has inspired countless individuals to embrace their true selves despite societal pressures to conform to rigid gender norms. Cox has spoken candidly about her experiences growing up as a transgender person, the challenges she faced in navigating both the entertainment industry and society, and the importance of self-love and acceptance. Beyond her acting career, Laverne Cox has become a fierce activist for transgender rights. She is vocal about issues such as healthcare access for transgender individuals, the need for greater representation of transgender characters in media, and the ongoing fight against violence and discrimination faced by the transgender community. Her advocacy work includes speaking at events, participating in protests, and supporting initiatives like the Human Rights Campaign and Galay Aid, which work toward advancing equality for LGBTQ+ people. Cox's impact extends to her role as a public figure in pop culture, where she continues to break barriers for transgender people in Hollywood. Her visibility as a transgender actress in mainstream media has been transformative, creating a pathway for future generations of transgender actors and activists to find space in an industry that has historically excluded them. Through her work, Laverne Cox has demonstrated the importance of visibility and representation for marginalized communities, proving that inclusion is not just a trend, but a necessary step toward achieving true equality. Laverne Cox's legacy is not only in her acting roles, but in her unwavering commitment to dismantling transphobia and advocating for a more inclusive society. By living openly and authentically, she has empowered individuals to embrace their gender identities with pride and confidence. Her voice continues to be a beacon of hope for transgender people everywhere, ensuring that their stories are told and their lives are valued. Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres, born on January 26, 1958, in Metairie, Louisiana, is one of the most influential figures in the entertainment industry, known not only for her comedic talents, but also for her pioneering role in advancing LGBTQ+ rights and representation in Hollywood. Ellen's journey to becoming a household name began with her stand-up comedy career, but it was her groundbreaking role in the sitcom Ellen 1994 to 1998 that truly made history. In 1997, Ellen made a bold and courageous decision to come out as gay on national television during an episode of her show, which was a significant moment in television history. This public coming out moment was both a personal and professional risk, as it came at a time when LGBTQ+ characters were rarely depicted in mainstream media. The character of Ellen Morgan, who came out as gay in the show's 4th season, mirrored Ellen DeGeneres' own truth. This landmark moment was followed by Ellen's real-life coming out, which resulted in immediate backlash and a temporary halt to her career. However, her bravery helped pave the way for greater LGBTQ+ representation on television, and in the years that followed, Ellen became an even more important voice for equality, acceptance, and kindness. Ellen's career eventually bounced back with the success of The Ellen DeGeneres Show, 2003-2022, which became one of the most popular daytime talk shows in history. Through her show, Ellen used her platform to discuss LGBTQ+ issues, promote kindness and inclusivity, and advocate for social justice. She has been an outspoken ally for the LGBTQ+ community and has used her influence to highlight the importance of acceptance and love, regardless of sexual orientation. Ellen's famous motto, "Be kind to one another," has resonated with millions, encouraging audiences to practice compassion and understanding. In addition to her contributions to television and comedy, Ellen has been a vocal supporter of marriage equality and other LGBTQ+ rights, using her platform to push for social change. She received numerous accolades for her advocacy, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016. Despite facing challenges and controversy, Ellen DeGeneres' legacy remains a testament to the power of authenticity and the ongoing fight for LGBTQ+ visibility and rights in Hollywood and beyond. Through her career and activism, Ellen DeGeneres has not only entertained audiences, but also changed the cultural landscape, showing the world that being true to oneself is the most powerful form of success. Kristen Stewart. Kristen Stewart, born on April 9, 1990 in Los Angeles, California, is one of Hollywood's most acclaimed and daring actresses, known for her portrayal of Bella Swan in the Twilight Saga, a role that skyrocketed her to global fame. But beyond her commercial success, Kristen Stewart has also become a trailblazer in the entertainment industry for her openness about her sexuality and her unapologetic approach to living authentically in a world that often imposes rigid labels on celebrities. Kristen's journey toward embracing her identity publicly began in 2017 when she came out as bisexual in a candid interview during an appearance on Saturday Night Live. This was a significant moment not only for Kristen, but also for the broader LGBTQ+ community, as she became one of the first major Hollywood actresses to openly discuss her queerness in such a visible way. Though she had long been speculated to be queer, Kristen's announcement was a powerful reminder of the importance of visibility and representation for LGBTQ+ individuals in the public eye. Kristen's openness about her sexuality has since played a key role in redefining Hollywood's view of gender and sexual identity, as she has been vocal about rejecting traditional labels. In interviews, she has emphasized the fluidity of her sexuality and the importance of being true to oneself, free from societal pressures. This stance has resonated deeply with younger generations who are more inclined to view sexuality as a spectrum rather than something to be rigidly defined. In addition to her activism and advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights, Kristen Stewart's career choices have also reflected her commitment to authenticity. She has taken on roles that challenge traditional gender roles and stereotypes, including her portrayal of a love-stricken young woman in Clouds of Sils Maria 2014, for which she became the first American actress to win a César Award. Her film choices reflect her desire to break free from the typecasting often imposed on young actresses and to explore characters with emotional depth and complexity. Kristen's relationship with her girlfriend screenwriter Dylan Meyer has been openly celebrated, with Kristen sharing her happiness and love for Dylan in public interviews. Through her relationship and her career, Kristen Stewart has shown the world that true happiness comes from embracing who you are, regardless of societal expectations. Kristen Stewart continues to be a powerful advocate for LGBTQ+ visibility in Hollywood, proving that authenticity is more important than conformity. By living openly and confidently, she has inspired countless individuals to embrace their own identities and has played a vital role in making Hollywood a more inclusive space for all people, regardless of their sexual orientation. Janelle Monáe. Janelle Monáe, born on December 1st, 1985 in Kansas City. Kansas is one of the most innovative and influential figures in the music industry, known for her genre-defying sound, bold fashion choices, and unapologetic commitment to self-expression. As a singer, songwriter, actress, and activist, Monáe has used her platform to challenge societal norms, particularly regarding gender, sexuality, and identity. Throughout her career, she has become a powerful symbol of freedom, embracing her fluidity and advocating for LGBTQ+ rights in a way that pushes boundaries and promotes inclusivity. Monáe first gained widespread recognition with her debut album, The Archandroid 2010, which blended elements of funk, soul, R&B, and science fiction to create a unique sound that captured listeners' imaginations. Her subsequent albums, The Electric Lady 2013 and Dirty Computer 2018, further established her as an artist who is unafraid to address themes of love, identity, and self-empowerment. It was with Dirty Computer that Monáe made a significant leap in her openness about her sexuality, revealing in interviews that she identifies as pansexual, a term that describes attraction to individuals, regardless of their gender or gender identity. Monáe's decision to embrace her sexuality publicly marked a powerful moment of visibility for LGBTQ+ people, particularly those who identify as non-binary or fluid in their sexual identities. In the music video for PINK, which was a key single from Dirty Computer, Monáe celebrated sexuality, gender non-conformity, and love in all its forms, further solidifying her as a champion for inclusivity. The video, featuring vibrant colors and androgynous imagery, became a bold declaration of her commitment to challenging conventional ideas of femininity and sexuality. As an activist, Janelle Monáe continues to advocate for marginalized communities, particularly through her work with organizations like GALAD and the Human Rights Campaign. She is a vocal supporter of LGBTQ+ rights and has frequently used her music and public appearances to call attention to issues of racial and gender equality. Her activism extends beyond her lyrics and public statements. Monáe's authenticity and dedication to self-expression have made her a role model for those seeking acceptance and understanding in a world that often limits the boundaries of identity. Janelle Monáe's legacy is one of breaking down barriers and redefining what it means to live authentically. She has proven that being true to oneself is the most powerful form of rebellion and liberation. Her music and activism continue to inspire individuals to embrace their identity without fear, and she remains one of the most important voices in the fight for LGBTQ+ representation in mainstream music. Robin Rihanna Fenty. Robin Rihanna Fenty, known mononymously as Rihanna, is a global superstar whose influence extends far beyond her music, fashion, and beauty empire. Born on February 20th, 1988 in St. Michael, Barbados, Rihanna rose to fame with her breakout hit Pon de Replay 2005 and went on to become one of the best-selling music artists of all time. Known for her fearless approach to both her career and personal life, Rihanna has become a symbol of empowerment, particularly for the LGBTQ+ community, with her unapologetic celebration of individuality and love in all its forms. While Rihanna has never publicly identified as part of the LGBTQ+ community herself, she has been an outspoken ally and advocate for LGBTQ+ rights. Throughout her career, she has consistently used her platform to speak out against discrimination and advocate for equality, including supporting the legalization of same-sex marriage and transgender rights. Rihanna's influence has been felt through her music, her fashion, and her philanthropic efforts, all of which have made her an important figure in the fight for LGBTQ+ visibility and acceptance. Rihanna's music has always been a space where fluidity and inclusivity thrive. Songs like S&M and Rude Boy challenge traditional notions of sexuality and gender roles, encouraging listeners to embrace their desires without shame. Rihanna's fearless attitude toward sexuality and her celebration of sensuality in her music videos have made her an icon for those who don't conform to traditional expectations of gender or love. Her portrayal of love in all its complexity and diversity has earned her a dedicated following within the LGBTQ+ community, where her message of empowerment resonates deeply. In addition to her music, Rihanna's beauty brand, Fenty Beauty, has been praised for its commitment to inclusivity. Fenty Beauty was one of the first major beauty brands to offer an extensive range of foundation shades, making makeup accessible for people of all skin tones. Rihanna's approach to beauty and fashion has always been one of empowerment, helping people express themselves without limitations and feel confident in their own skin. Rihanna's activism also extends to her philanthropic work. Through the Clara Lionel Foundation, she supports numerous causes, including those that affect the LGBTQ+ community, such as homelessness, education, and healthcare access. She has also worked with organizations like GLAAD to further amplify the voices of marginalized groups. As one of the most influential figures in entertainment, fashion, and business, Rihanna continues to inspire millions of people worldwide. Her unapologetic attitude toward life, love, and identity has made her a powerful advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, and her ongoing commitment to inclusivity and representation has solidified her as a true icon. Rihanna has shown that embracing diversity and championing equality are essential components of creating a better, more inclusive world. Kamai Ayawa, also known as More Mother, is a groundbreaking artist whose work transcends the boundaries of music activism and social commentary. Born on November 19, 1979 in Aberdeen, Maryland, Ayawa has become a symbol of resistance and resilience, particularly through her avant-garde approach to music that blends genres like hip-hop, punk noise, and Afrofuturism. More Mother is known for her innovative and experimental sound, which challenges listeners to engage with complex social issues, including gender violence, racial inequality, capitalism, and the erasure of marginalized communities in mainstream narratives. Her debut album, Fetish Bones 2016, is a sonic manifesto that takes on the weight of ancestral trauma and police violence, mixing screams, field recordings, and rap verses to create an unsettling yet powerful listening experience. The album's aggressive and chaotic sound mirrors the themes of social unrest, with Ayawa using music as a platform to resist societal norms and provoke action. She followed this with albums like Analog Fluids of Sonic Black Holes 2018, where she continued to explore themes of Black liberation, queer identity, and the fight against systemic oppression. More Mother's commitment to activism is at the core of her work. She uses her platform not only to make music, but to advocate for social justice, particularly for marginalized communities. Her approach is unapologetically bold, creating spaces for difficult conversations about the intersections of race, gender, and sexual identity. Ayawa's art refuses to fit into conventional categories, and through her work, she challenges listeners to confront uncomfortable truths about the world around them. Her influence extends beyond music. Ayawa teaches at the University of Southern California, where she integrates her artistic and political passions, helping to nurture a new generation of artists who are equally committed to social change. More Mother continues to be a powerful voice for queer and Black communities, using her music to ignite conversations about the future of resistance and the importance of embracing diverse forms of identity. Through her disruptive art, More Mother has not only redefined what it means to be an artist in the modern era, but has also highlighted the importance of using creative expression as a tool for social change, making her a key figure in the ongoing struggle for equality and justice. Louis Kevin Celestine. Louis Kevin Celestine, better known by his stage name Kaytranada, is a revolutionary figure in the world of electronic music. Born on August 25, 1992 in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and raised in Montreal, Canada, Kaytranada has made waves in the music industry with his innovative approach to blending genres like house funk, hip-hop, and R&B. His ability to create smooth, groovy, and genre-blurring tracks has earned him widespread recognition and a loyal following. But beyond his musical genius, Kaytranada has become an important figure for LGBTQ+ representation in the music world, using his platform to celebrate queerness and challenge traditional norms. Kaytranada's rise to fame began with his early mixtapes and remixes, but it was his debut album, 99.9% 2016, that catapulted him into the global spotlight. The album showcased his mastery of electronic music, featuring collaborations with artists like Anderson .Paak, Craig David, and Aluna George. The success of 99.9% earned him a Grammy Award for Best Dance/Electronic Album in 2021, solidifying his place as one of the most influential producers in the industry. His ability to blend infectious rhythms with soulful melodies has redefined the sound of modern electronic music. However, what makes Kaytranada particularly groundbreaking is his unapologetic embrace of his queer identity. In a genre often dominated by heteronormative narratives, Kaytranada's openness about being gay has provided much-needed visibility for LGBTQ+ individuals within electronic and hip-hop music scenes. His public acknowledgement of his sexuality is significant in an industry that has historically sidelined queer voices, especially queer men of color. Kaytranada's music, which often features sensual and fluid themes of love and desire, serves as a powerful representation of queer love and identity. In addition to his music, Kaytranada has used his platform to advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, helping to normalize conversations about queerness within a space that is often resistant to such topics. His success is a testament to the power of authenticity and the importance of diverse representation in the entertainment industry. As a Black queer artist, Kaytranada has broken barriers and created space for other LGBTQ+ artists to thrive without fear of rejection or marginalization. Kaytranada's influence extends far beyond his chart-topping hits. His authenticity, creativity, and commitment to celebrating his queer identity have made him a role model for aspiring LGBTQ+ artists, particularly those in the Black community who have long been underrepresented in electronic and dance music. His contributions to both the music industry and LGBTQ+ representation continue to shape the future of music, proving that true artistry comes from embracing one's most authentic self. Montero Lamar Hill. Montero Lamar Hill, better known by his stage name Lil Nas X, is one of the most groundbreaking and unapologetic figures in contemporary music. Born on April 9, 1999 in Lithia Springs, Georgia, Lil Nas X rose to fame with his viral hit Old Town Road 2019, which became a global phenomenon and earned him multiple awards, including Grammy Awards. However, his influence stretches far beyond his music. Lil Nas X has become a symbol of LGBTQ+ visibility in hip-hop, a genre historically known for its resistance to queer representation. Lil Nas X's career has been marked by his bold and fearless approach to both music and identity. His decision to come out as gay in June 2019 during Pride Month was a pivotal moment both personally and professionally. His coming out story was met with mixed reactions, but Lil Nas X remained resolute in his authenticity, using his platform to advocate for the acceptance of LGBTQ+ individuals, especially within the hip-hop community. His decision to be open about his sexuality in a genre that often excludes or marginalizes queer voices has positioned him as a trailblazer, challenging long-standing norms and encouraging younger artists to embrace their identities unapologetically. Lil Nas X's music such as Montero Call Me By Your Name, 2021, and Industry Baby 2021 has become anthems for self-expression, queer love, and defiance. In Montero Call Me By Your Name, Lil Nas X confidently embraces his queerness and openly challenges societal and religious opposition to LGBTQ+ relationships. The accompanying music video, which sparked both praise and controversy, features themes of liberation, sensuality, and rebellion, further solidifying his status as a modern queer icon. Lil Nas X has also faced significant backlash, particularly from conservative groups, but he has responded with humor, wit, and an unwavering commitment to his mission. His ability to turn criticism into powerful moments of advocacy has made him an even stronger voice for LGBTQ+ representation in music. By using his platform to engage in dialogues about sexual freedom, love, and acceptance, Lil Nas X has not only redefined the boundaries of hip-hop, but has also opened doors for future LGBTQ+ artists to exist and thrive in a genre that was once hostile to them. His influence extends beyond music. He has used his social media platforms to speak out on issues such as mental health, the need for queer visibility, and the importance of self-empowerment. As an openly gay black artist, Lil Nas X has become a role model for millions of young people, showing them that their love identity and self-expression deserve to be celebrated. His journey is a powerful reminder that true success comes from embracing who you are unapologetically and without compromise. Sydney Lauren Bennett. Sydney Lauren Bennett, known professionally as Syd, is a prominent singer, songwriter, producer, and a key figure in the contemporary music scene. Born on April 23, 1993 in Dallas, Texas, Syd first gained recognition as the lead vocalist and founding member of the influential alternative R&B group, The Internet. Known for her smooth voice, experimental sound, and raw emotional vulnerability, Syd has become a powerful force in redefining the music industry, particularly in the context of queer representation. Syd's musical journey began in the early 2010s when she co-founded The Internet, a band that blended elements of neo-soul R&B and hip-hop to create a sound that resonated with both mainstream and underground audiences. The band's success allowed Syd to launch her solo career, marked by her debut album Fin 2017, which was celebrated for its intimate and personal exploration of love, heartbreak, and identity. Syd's solo work delves into themes of queerness, particularly her own experiences of being a black lesbian woman navigating both the music industry and societal expectations. Syd's openness about her sexuality has made her an important figure in the fight for LGBTQ+ representation in the music world. As one of the few prominent openly queer black women in R&B and hip-hop, Syd's visibility has provided a crucial voice for those who have long been excluded from the mainstream music scene. Her decision to come out publicly in the early stages of her career was an important moment, as it signaled a shift in the way queerness could be represented in music. She was able to create a space where her identity was not defined by labels, but instead celebrated as an integral part of her artistry. Through her music and public persona, Syd has pushed boundaries in both her personal and professional life. Her lyrics explore the complexities of love identity and sexual fluidity, all while blending genres and sounds that transcend traditional musical labels. As a member of The Internet, Syd has also been a part of shaping a new era of music that celebrates diversity, authenticity, and emotional honesty. Syd's impact extends beyond her music. She has used her platform to advocate for greater LGBTQ+ representation and visibility, particularly for queer people of color who are often underrepresented in mainstream media. Her music serves as both a personal reflection of her experiences and a broader message of acceptance and self-love for those who may feel marginalized or invisible. As an artist who continues to break down barriers in music, Syd's legacy is one of empowerment, authenticity, and inclusivity. By sharing her truth through her music, she has created a space where queer identities are celebrated and where love in all its forms is embraced without hesitation. Sid's work continues to inspire others to live boldly, love openly, and remain true to themselves. Clifford Ian Simpson. Clifford Ian Simpson, better known by his stage name Kevin Abstract, is a groundbreaking artist who has been at the forefront of reshaping hip-hop, bringing queer identity into a space that has traditionally been resistant to LGBTQ+ representation. Born on July 16, 1996 in Corpus Christi, Texas, Kevin Abstract rose to prominence as a founding member of the genre-defying hip-hop collective Brockhampton. Through his solo work and his contributions to Brockhampton, Kevin has not only broken new ground in music, but also made a powerful statement about the intersection of queerness and hip-hop culture. Kevin's journey toward embracing his identity publicly began with his openness about being a gay black man in an industry that has often marginalized or ignored queer voices. His debut solo project, American Boyfriend 2016, explored themes of love, loneliness, and identity, laying the groundwork for his ongoing exploration of queerness in a hyper-masculine genre. Through his music, Kevin Abstract uses his personal experiences and vulnerability to challenge the stereotypical boundaries of hip-hop, creating a space where LGBTQ+ artists and fans can feel seen and heard. As a member of Brockhampton, Kevin Abstract has continued to push boundaries using the collective as a platform to explore themes of identity, love, and belonging. Brockhampton's albums such as Saturation and Iridescence reflect Kevin's commitment to challenging norms with lyrics that openly discuss sexuality, relationships, and the struggles of being queer in a world that often rejects difference. Kevin's ability to incorporate queerness into his music without sensationalism or shame has made him a trailblazer for a new generation of LGBTQ+ artists in hip-hop. Beyond his musical contributions, Kevin Abstract is an advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, using his platform to speak out on issues such as mental health, sexual freedom, and the need for greater representation in the music industry. His openness about his sexuality has helped pave the way for other queer artists to thrive in a space that was previously unwelcoming. Kevin's journey is one of self-discovery, resilience, and advocacy, and his influence on the future of hip-hop is profound. Through his work, Kevin Abstract has demonstrated that being true to oneself without apology is the key to changing the world, especially in an industry that often prioritizes conformity over authenticity. Freddie Ross Jr. Freddie Ross Jr., known professionally as Big Freedia, is one of the most important figures in the world of music, known for bringing New Orleans' signature bounce music to a global stage. Born on January 28, 1978 in New Orleans, Louisiana, Big Freedia is a trailblazer in the music industry, helping to redefine the boundaries of hip-hop and electronic music, while also challenging the traditional norms of gender and sexuality. As an openly queer artist, Big Freedia has been an advocate for LGBTQ+ visibility and rights, particularly for the Black and queer communities. Big Freedia's rise to fame came with the explosive success of her bounce music, a genre that originated in New Orleans and is known for its fast-paced rhythms and call-and-response lyrics. Her influence can be heard in her hit songs such as Everywhere and Explode, as well as her collaborations with artists like Beyoncé, Drake, and Madonna. However, Freedia's contribution goes far beyond her musical success. She has become a symbol of queer pride and visibility, particularly for those who exist outside the traditional confines of gender norms. As a gender non-conforming artist, Big Freedia has used her platform to challenge societal expectations about femininity and masculinity. She often performs in extravagant costumes, including wigs, high heels, and bold makeup, and her music and performances celebrate sexual freedom, self-expression, and body positivity. Her unapologetic approach to both her music and her identity has made her an icon for both the LGBTQ+ and Black communities. Big Freedia's activism extends beyond the stage. She has been a strong advocate for the rights of transgender and queer individuals, particularly in New Orleans, where the LGBTQ+ community faces unique challenges, including discrimination and violence. She has also worked tirelessly to raise awareness for HIV/AIDS and mental health issues, supporting organizations such as the LGBTQ+ Center of New Orleans and the New Orleans AIDS Task Force. Her work as a queer artist and activist has been vital in creating space for other Black and queer artists to thrive in a genre that has often been dominated by heteronormative narratives. Through her music, her advocacy, and her public persona, Big Freedia has opened doors for future generations of LGBTQ+ artists, proving that authenticity and empowerment are key to creating change in the world. Big Freedia's legacy is one of unapologetic freedom, resilience, and pride, making her a true pioneer in both the music industry and the fight for LGBTQ+ rights. Justin Harris. Justin Harris, known professionally as Saucy Santana, has rapidly risen as one of the most influential voices in modern hip-hop, known for his unapologetic style, bold personality, and pioneering representation of queer identity within a traditionally heteronormative genre. Born on October 8, 1993 in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and raised in Florida, Saucy Santana initially gained recognition as a makeup artist for the rap duo City Girls before transitioning to a full-time music career. With his brash confidence, catchy hooks, and larger-than-life persona, Santana has carved out a unique space for himself in hip-hop, blending his love for fashion, high energy, and queer pride into his music. Santana's rise to fame began with his viral tracks such as Walk Like a Dog 2019, which became a TikTok sensation, and Material Girl 2020, a hit that not only gained popularity, but also solidified his role as a figurehead for the LGBTQ+ community within hip-hop. What makes Saucy Santana so influential is his fearless embrace of his queer identity, particularly in a genre that often prioritizes masculinity and heteronormativity. His openly gay, flamboyant persona has both challenged and redefined traditional ideas of masculinity in rap music. Santana's confidence in flaunting his femininity while rapping about his experiences as a queer man challenges the rigid stereotypes often associated with hip-hop culture. Beyond his music, Santana has used his platform to push for greater acceptance and visibility for LGBTQ+ individuals, especially those who exist outside of the binary notions of gender and sexuality. His bold lyrics and fashion-forward looks often explore themes of self-expression, confidence, and liberation, resonating with fans who see themselves reflected in his unapologetic attitude. Santana's influence extends to how the LGBTQ+ community is represented in mainstream music, serving as a beacon for queer individuals who have often felt excluded from hip-hop and rap culture. Saucy Santana's rise in the hip-hop world is a testament to the power of authenticity. He is part of a growing movement of queer artists who are making their mark in genres that have been historically resistant to LGBTQ+ representation. By embracing who he is and proudly celebrating his queer identity, Saucy Santana is creating space for future generations of LGBTQ+ artists to enter the hip-hop scene, proving that confidence, creativity, and inclusivity should never be confined to a particular mold. Josiah Wise. Josiah Wise, known by his stage name Serpent with Feet, is an artist whose music challenges the boundaries of genre while embracing the beauty of queer love, Black identity, and spiritual vulnerability. Born on July 9, 1988 in Baltimore, Maryland, Wise grew up in a religious family steeped in church traditions, but his music, often described as a mix of gospel, experimental R&B, and classical, reflects his journey toward embracing his true self as a queer Black man. Serpent with Feet's breakthrough came with the release of his debut EP Blisters 2016, which featured haunting orchestral sounds and intensely emotional lyrics. His unique fusion of experimental electronic beats with gospel influences has earned him critical acclaim, especially for his ability to express complex emotions surrounding love, longing, and desire in ways that challenge traditional expectations of both the queer and Black communities. Serpent with Feet's music is deeply personal, drawing on his own experiences as a Black queer man, particularly his exploration of romantic relationships and the intersectionality of his identity. His 2018 album Soil is a powerful celebration of Black queer love, with tracks like Flickering and Cherubim offering tender, intimate portrayals of same-sex love and desire, which are rarely represented in mainstream music, particularly within the gospel and R&B genres. The album blends his classical training with his desire to explore the complexities of queer love, spirituality, and identity, marking him as a true pioneer in contemporary music. Serpent with Feet's work is also deeply influenced by his upbringing in the church. But instead of adhering to religious norms, he uses religious imagery to elevate love and intimacy between men, creating a space where his queer identity is not something to be hidden or ashamed of. Beyond his music, Serpent with Feet has become an advocate for LGBTQ+ rights and visibility, using his platform to talk about the challenges of being both Black and queer in a world that often marginalizes both communities. His openness about his sexuality has inspired many, particularly queer individuals of color, who have historically been underrepresented in the music industry. Through his work, Serpent with Feet has created a powerful, emotionally resonant space for queer Black individuals to feel seen and celebrated. His music pushes the boundaries of what is considered acceptable in both queer and Black communities, offering a rich, complex tapestry of love, vulnerability, and resilience. Serpent with Feet's influence continues to grow, serving as a beacon for artists who wish to express their truth without compromise, proving that art, identity, and love can all coexist authentically. Rashard Bradshaw, known by his stage name Cakes da Killa, is a trailblazing figure in the world of hip-hop, bringing visibility and representation to the LGBTQ+ community, particularly to queer Black artists within a genre often dominated by heteronormative ideals. Born on October 28, 1990 in New Jersey, Cakes da Killa quickly rose to prominence as one of the first openly gay hip-hop artists to gain significant recognition in the mainstream music scene. His bold and fearless approach to both his music and identity has made him a powerful voice for self-expression, unapologetic sexuality, and resistance against societal expectations. Cakes da Killa's musical journey began in the early 2010s with the release of his mixtapes The Eulogy 2013 and Hungry 2016, which received praise for their raw energy, clever lyricism, and defiance of genre boundaries. Cakes' music blends elements of hip-hop, electronic beats, and club culture, creating a sound that is both boundary-pushing and unapologetically queer. His songs address topics such as love, desire, sexual freedom, and self-empowerment, offering a refreshing and honest portrayal of queer identity in a genre that has often excluded LGBTQ+ voices. What makes Cakes da Killa particularly significant is his ability to embrace his queer identity while not fitting into the typical image of a gay artist. His performances and lyrics challenge the hyper-masculine image that is often associated with hip-hop, proudly celebrating his femininity and sexuality in an industry that has typically marginalized or erased queer voices. His track Dondada is a perfect example of this, where Cakes boldly raps about desire, nightlife, and his own unapologetic queerness. Beyond his music, Cakes da Killa is also an advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, particularly for queer people of color who have historically faced erasure in both the hip-hop and mainstream music industries. His visibility in the genre has opened the door for future queer hip-hop artists, helping to normalize queerness within the space. Cakes da Killa's influence extends far beyond his catchy hooks and fierce performances. He is a revolutionary figure in hip-hop who is creating space for queer individuals to be both seen and heard. Through his work, Cakes da Killa continues to challenge the norms of both the hip-hop community and the broader music industry, proving that queer artists don't need to conform to existing stereotypes to find success. His career is a testament to the power of authenticity and the importance of breaking barriers to make space for underrepresented voices. Michael David Quattlebaum Jr. Known professionally as Mickey Blanco, is a genre-defying artist whose work has made waves in the hip-hop and experimental music scenes. Born on April 2, 1986 in Orange County, California, Mickey Blanco has become one of the most revolutionary and influential figures in contemporary music, blending elements of punk performance art, rap, and experimental hip-hop to create a sound that is as confrontational as it is groundbreaking. As a queer artist, Blanco has been at the forefront of challenging norms in both music and gender expression, making him one of the first openly queer artists to disrupt the traditional boundaries of hip-hop. Blanco first gained attention with their debut mixtape Cosmic Angel 2012, followed by Gay Dog Food 2013, which marked the beginning of their rise as an experimental artist. The mixtapes, full of chaotic sounds and raw, unfiltered lyrics, were a direct challenge to the heteronormative culture of the hip-hop industry. Blanco's music, which often touches on themes of queer love, sexual identity, and rebellion, was a necessary contribution to a genre where LGBTQ+ voices had been historically excluded or marginalized. What sets Mickey Blanco apart from other artists is their refusal to conform to the expectations of the music industry. They blend provocative imagery with a commitment to exploring non-binary and gender-fluid identities, never shying away from challenging social norms about gender expression, sexuality, and identity. Blanco's 2015 album Mikey brought a more introspective melodic approach to their work, while still maintaining the sharp edge that has always characterized their sound. With tracks like High School Never Ends and Loner, Blanco explores themes of alienation, longing, and self-empowerment, celebrating queer identity without apology. In addition to their music, Mickey Blanco has been an outspoken advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, particularly in the context of gender nonconformity. They have used their platform to discuss the challenges of being an openly queer artist in an industry that has often been hostile to non-binary and gender-fluid individuals. Blanco's decision to publicly disclose their HIV-positive status in 2015 was another groundbreaking moment, as it challenged the stigma surrounding HIV and helped to normalize conversations about HIV in the music industry. Mickey Blanco's influence is undeniable. As one of the pioneers of queer hip-hop, they have created a space where queer individuals, particularly those who exist outside of the traditional gender binary, can feel seen and heard. Their work continues to inspire future generations of queer artists to embrace their identities and express themselves authentically, no matter how unconventional their path may be. Mickey Blanco's legacy is one of breaking boundaries, defying expectations, and using art as a form of resistance. O.J. Morgan. O.J. Morgan, known by his stage name Zebra Cats, is a pioneering artist who has redefined the boundaries of hip-hop and experimental music through his unique blend of dark industrial sounds and confrontational performances. Born on March 15, 1987 in West Palm Beach, Florida, Zebra Cats first gained recognition in the early 2010s for his track Ima Reed, which quickly became a viral sensation after being featured in a Rick Owens fashion show in Paris. The song's aggressive, hypnotic beat and its unapologetic celebration of queer identity made it an anthem for those seeking representation in a music scene traditionally hostile to LGBTQ+ individuals. Zebra Cats' music blends elements of hip-hop, electronic, and avant-garde styles, creating a distinct sound that challenges conventional expectations of both hip-hop and queer music. His tracks, such as Ima Reed and Kiss My Teeth, are filled with haunting, minimalistic beats and sharp, evocative lyrics that often explore themes of identity, power, and self-expression. Zebra Cats' willingness to experiment with sound aesthetics and themes of gender and sexuality has placed him at the forefront of a new wave of queer hip-hop artists who defy the norms of mainstream rap culture. Beyond his music, Zebra Cats has become a symbol of resistance and visibility within the queer community, particularly for queer people of color who are often marginalized in both hip-hop and mainstream music. His refusal to conform to traditional notions of masculinity and his willingness to embrace his gender non-conforming identity has made him an important figure in the push for greater LGBTQ+ representation in hip-hop. He blends his identity with his music in a way that challenges societal expectations and forces listeners to rethink the limits of expression within both the queer and hip-hop communities. Through his fashion performances and music, Zebra Cats continues to challenge the status quo, creating a space where queer identities, especially those that don't conform to gender binaries, can be celebrated. His influence within underground hip-hop and beyond continues to grow, inspiring future generations of queer artists who seek to carve out their own paths in the music world. Khalif Diouf. Khalif Diouf, known professionally as Lil Wayne, is a boundary-pushing rapper, producer, and activist who has been instrumental in changing the landscape of hip-hop, especially by bringing visibility to queer identities within the genre. Born on April 6, 1989 in Manhattan, New York, Lil Wayne has used his platform to break the long-standing norms of hip-hop, a genre traditionally resistant to LGBTQ+ representation, by openly expressing his identity as a gay man and blending it seamlessly with his music. Lil Wayne's innovative approach to hip-hop has made him one of the leading figures in queer rap, advocating for both diversity and freedom of self-expression within the music scene. Lil Wayne first garnered attention with his 2012 track Woot, which quickly became a viral hit. The track's experimental production and Lil Wayne's razor-sharp flow helped him carve out a unique space for himself in a genre often defined by its hyper-masculine image. His 2015 debut album, Riot Boy, further cemented his place in the underground music scene. The album explored themes of identity, gender fluidity, and sexual liberation, while incorporating bold, genre-defying sounds that mixed elements of hip-hop, electronic, and dance music. Lil Wayne's ability to blend aggressive rhymes with smooth experimental beats helped to challenge the notion that hip-hop is a genre for only one kind of person or one type of identity. Lil Wayne's career is marked by his unapologetic embrace of his queer identity. As an openly gay rapper in a genre where LGBTQ+ representation is scarce, Lil Wayne has become an important figure for young queer people of color, particularly those who feel marginalized by mainstream hip-hop culture. His visibility as a black gay rapper has opened doors for other LGBTQ+ artists who have felt excluded from the industry. Lil Wayne's work is not just about making music, it's about making space for more diverse voices and showcasing that queer identities, particularly black queer identities, belong in hip-hop. Beyond his music, Lil Wayne is an outspoken advocate for LGBTQ+ rights and has used his platform to speak out against homophobia in hip-hop and other forms of systemic oppression. His contributions to the music industry go beyond his own success. He is part of a larger movement to create a more inclusive and diverse space for queer artists in mainstream music, especially in genres that have historically been closed off to non-heteronormative voices. Lil Wayne continues to inspire and challenge the music world with his groundbreaking music, unapologetic self-expression, and commitment to creating a more inclusive space for queer artists in hip-hop. His journey is a testament to the power of authenticity and the importance of visibility in a genre that has often excluded those who don't fit the mold. As we reflect on the groundbreaking contributions of artists like Cakes to Killa Mickey Blanco and Lil Wayne, it's clear that the world of hip-hop is evolving. These artists have pushed boundaries, shattered stereotypes, and given visibility to queer voices, especially within the Black community. Their music not only challenges norms but also celebrates authenticity and love in all its forms. The question is, how much further can we push the boundaries of hip-hop to create a truly inclusive space for all identities? Join the conversation and share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support Legends of Black Excellence.